as I'm sitting here to not address this because I'm a decent human being. And yet, as I scan the room, I keep coming back to this point right here.
Oh, my God.
You and I have a very tenuous relationship. We cool.
It's a relationship?
We cool.
Contentious?
Wait, what's happening?
No. So we have the honor, and the pleasure of having my man Mark back in the studio.
Happy birthday, Mark!
We need some applause. Oh yeah, Kobe year. What's up, bro? 24. What was you doing at 24?
No. So here's the question. No. We're gonna get there. We got to start here though, right?
That's
why I asked you first, not to put you on the spot, but now I'm about to put you on the spot.
Absolutely put him on the spot.
All right. So you ready? You good?
So, yeah.
Ask away.
All right. I ain't gonna do it to him. 24. How does 24 feel?
Pretty good. Can't really complain. I don't feel like I look my age, but
You don't feel like what?
I don't feel like I look 24.
You don't feel like you look 24. What does 24 look like?
I don't know. Like I've always kind of looked like a few years behind whatever age I am. So I feel
mentally or like
this in the face.
How long you been tracking this? How long have you been tracking what you look like age wise?
For a very long time.
So for the time you was 8, you thought you looked 5.
No,
is that a medical disease?
Like Benjamin Button.
Benjamin Button? Yeah.
You got that button?
I got that what?
All right, we'll come back to you. So
You
welcome
remember
to
24?
3 Podway. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with 3.
We appreciate
so we're gonna go ahead and get into this week. So we started this new segment.
Did we?
It's called the top 3, right? So this week is gonna be the top 3 popping pastors. Right? Now on this list, you're not gonna see your TD Jakes. That's not what type of list we talking about.
Okay.
So when you think of pastors and we talking about popping.
Well, he can't
right?
pop. TD Jakes has a
we talking about IG. We talking about concerts. We talking about content.
Okay.
The 3 most popping pastors that you could think about, right?
Oh.
All right, so I'll start, right?
Okay.
So Kirk Franklin got to be on the list.
Is he a pastor?
One.
Is he?
I don't know.
Is he an artist now? Is he a pastor?
enough.
What is he doing? The reason why Kirk Franklin made the list because I saw a clip of him on IG the other day, and I just didn't know how I felt about a pastor body rolling. He was popping and locking, and he was body rolling.
He's a city girl,
and he was actually booked at a club, I believe, in Atlanta. He was literally booked as like an artist in the club in Atlanta.
I kind of believe Brent B.
He was popping.
Yeah,
I don't really know pastors like that.
So who's another pastor that you can think of?
Why wouldn't the bull in Houston be one of the
who?
The white dude,
Joel Osteen?
Yeah, he not a popping pastor.
You know what? He very well could be.
His church is literally a football stadium.
What if he like be on a jet with like strippers and shit, and y'all just don't know, and he out here like, amen, bless your heart, God is good. You know what I'm saying?
Low key, Joel Osteen got a little dirt on him for me personally because back when Katrina happened, he had his church available and he didn't make it available to the people that really needed to be there.
Them dirties in your church, bro.
You don't want the dirties in your church? Okay.
Please paid all that money for that church. You don't know dirties in there.
But the church of Jesus love the dirties. My Jesus loves the dirties.
Nobody tell them to be no broke boys. They should have had better housing.
So
they
more
needed that.
So another popping pastor would be like Bishop Whitehead. Are y'all familiar with Bishop
Whitehead?
Oh
yeah, Bishop Whitehead. He's also
Bishop Whitehead was the pastor that was up in New York.
Oh, your man got robbed.
Yeah, the one that got robbed at gunpoint.
Allegedly.
At gunpoint.
Allegedly, right?
Was it on video?
Yeah, it was on video.
Yeah.
Or was it for likes?
I mean, you got to do it for the gram. How is you gonna get parishioners?
He demanded to have a meeting with the New York City mayor
He in jail right now?
He's in jail right now, I believe. Another possible popping pastor would be our good brother Mace. M.A. Dollar Sign.
All right, that's the most popular pastor.
Mace is a
So I told you
pastor.
that we can't stop.
Murder.
Mace
Murder.
Mace Murder has a church.
Oh yeah, he has a church.
Listen,
He's a real.
He has a
church,
congregation
yeah.
in Atlanta. This is a real thing.
Wait, he still got the church? I thought he was
still
Oh,
he still has the church. He still
You
has
been?
the church.
Wait, let me,
I
I
never
feel
been.
like we need to fact check this.
I've never been, but yeah, Mace would be
I
a
don't think he
popping
still
pastor.
got his church, bro.
Would you go?
Do God go to his church?
Hell no, I ain't going.
First off, the church is not a building.
Do God go? No, the answer would be no.
Would you go?
Let me ask y'all: Would y'all attend
y'all
a
go to-
church?
would
Would
y'all
y'all
go to
attend a church session that was given a sermon that was given by Mace? Would y'all attend that?
As long as it was an intermission during one of his concerts.
No,
But
Yep.
you wouldn't go to a church to hear
Featuring-
Mace preach. You
featuring-
would,
you would be
Kanye.
correct.
you would talk too slow, okay?
So
Just to see if it's a real thing.
I feel like Mace.
Yeah. Okay.
I feel like Mace has like a ATM in the.
Of course,
like,
they all do.
in the hallway.
I feel like on the way in, you would pass like a poster that says like "Stream my latest" or
And
my
a liquor
old
store.
single.
Yeah.
He might have like his posters of his old
Welcome
albums
back.
up. Yeah,
That's
he might
wild.
be doing
So real
that.
quick, back in January 2021, Mace continued his religious career as he was named the pastor of the Gathering Oasis Church in Atlanta.
Oh.
Atlanta is like a bunch of. Only thing in Atlanta is like scammers and scammy pastors.
Right,
And
right.
I can't.
It's a lot of money out there.
never
It's
been
a lot
to
of
one.
money out there. And then I guess, do y'all have any other?
I'm out of
Y'all
the
have any
pastor
other
game.
recommendations for
Amen.
pop? Do y'all have any other recommendations for popping pastors?
Popping pastors.
Mike
Mike
Todd?
Todd?
Y'all don't know who Mike Todd is?
Nah, I don't know who that is.
Damn.
Who's Mike Todd?
Y'all should know who Pastor
Nah, I don't know who Mike Todd
Mike
is. Who is
Todd?
that?
So Michael Todd is a.
Legend?
Yes.
Oh, that boy. I remember that.
He's the
You
one
do?
that had
Yeah, he
the
was-
whole Beyonce concert. Like he had a whole.
That's
Beyonce.
wild.
Right.
There seems to be a consistent theme, unfortunately, with these popping pastors that I won't say, but there seems to be a commonality. For
Which
hon-
is you don't
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Allegedly. We got to say allegedly. I don't want to get sued.
so for honorable mention, Pastor Troy. Pastor Troy is going to be our honorable mention as far as popping
Amen.
pastors.
Follow 3 to Podaway on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Chumps.
We are coming up on the holiday Juneteenth, right? And for everything there is serious about it, there's obviously a little bit of humor involved in it as far as like to me how it's been presented, right? What does Juneteenth mean today, right? To us, to this generation, what does Juneteenth even mean?
I'll go first.
yeah.
So I'm black, y'all. So I'm black. Like whenever you say Juneteenth, so I'm bliggity black, y'all. I'm bliggity. Just, I mean, I get it. Like we got a great holiday. I just wanted to have the day off.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
niggas always gotta have something to celebrate.
Can you say
And,
niggas on Juneteenth? Like and Juneteenth in the same
I
sentence?
mean, I'm light skinned, so I probably shouldn't. But
But you
But
do.
you live by that Drake line,
yeah, I'm light skinned, but I'm still a dark nigga.
right? Yeah, you live by that Drake
Yeah,
line.
but I
for sure.
get it. You know, like I'm proud of us. I guess. I mean,
Right.
it's still niggas out here getting shot by police. So, like, what really has changed? I mean,
Yo.
We got
Wow.
a federal holiday. That's what's changed.
that's
Yeah,
it. Yeah,
on
but-
that.
And
So-
I bet how many niggas is gonna get shot on that federal holiday?
Random. This is bad. Like this is a semi-serious situation. So I'm in Chick-fil-A. Kill me. It's me and my daughter, and it's a cop behind us, right? And she's like 4, so she's like, "Oh hi," like talking to the cop, like random. Right. We don't do that. Are you crazy, baby? She's
Wait
like,
till the
"Hey,"
police.
she waved to him, and my black anxiety, I'm like, oh fuck, like why she bringing heat to me? Like he right behind me or whatever. Like regular standard white dude. He got like tats and shit. And yeah, so I don't say nothing. I'm like, come on, baby. Like almost like it's like, it's weird because it's like just instinctually. I'm like
Trauma.
Yeah, like it's trauma. I got anxiety all of a sudden. And then I'm in line, and then these 2 little white girls, like their mom sent them over, and they were like so happy and like giddy, and they like ran up to him and they were like, "Thanks for keeping us safe."
The fuck.
And
outta
then
here.
and then Which is crazy,
Man,
right?
I love police.
It's crazy that our response is that, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, it should be like, I shouldn't have had to like grab my daughter as if like the police are bad, and I shouldn't have been like upset that they were so happy to fucking like talk to. You know what I mean?
Even
this
my
cop.
face, I was like, what
Yeah,
you
like
mean?
it's like,
Thanks
but
for
my
keeping-
first instinct was like, oh, he fucking around and try to shoot me in the joint. But it's just wild like that. You brought the whole police thing up, and that brought that story to me. It's kind of saddening because like it shouldn't be like that, but obviously it is. So, all right, bring me
Happy
back to the
Juneteenth.
bullshit. Right?
Well, no, like so,
Happy
like
Juneteenth.
to that point, right? Like we were talking about, like just the whole presentation of it. Because if y'all recall, there were members of Congress on, I believe, June 8th, 2020, if my memory serves me correctly. Members of Congress. No, I don't have notes, man. I'm good like that. So members of Congress actually kneeled wearing kente cloth. Do y'all remember?
Oh
seeing
my
that?
God! What was that?
Yeah.
What was
So-
that white bitch name?
Pelosi,
Pelosi.
Big Nance, address her
Oh my
properly,
gosh!
dog.
And I was just
Everyone
like,
go out and
this
apologize
is
to a black
stupid.
person.
Yeah,
today.
It's so stupid. Like
Yeah.
even like when Biden kneeled and he was trying to get Kamala.
did he get up? Was he able to get up?
Probably not. He probably didn't remember. You know, he got allegedly.
You
he
wouldn't
got
have
some
wore the
issues.
Kente, John?
Fuck no.
You don't believe in?
I mean, I will wear. No, I don't. They don't like me either. So because I'm light skinned, they call me a half breed.
See, my sister. This is what they want from you, my sister. You
Yeah,
see
they
what
don't
I'm
like
saying?
me either.
We got to
I
be
get
better
that.
than that. You know what I'm saying? We got to stick together,
Separate but equal.
even with that. I mean, yeah, I don't know. The Kente situation was kind of wild. I wonder how they're gonna, patronize y'all this year. This should be fun. It should be interesting.
Yeah, they'll
to
probably
find
give us
out.
like fried chicken and watermelon for free. All the black people
So
came first.
a lot of these companies low key have been doing that, right? So on their Juneteenth celebrations, they have been having these
fried chicken and watermelon.
yeah, they literally been putting like
Juneteenth salad
I know at
was-
some of these schools they're
A
doing like
Juneteenth
collard
salad?
greens. You know, they do
It's a Juneteenth salad with watermelon.
Yeah, so like they do the watermelon, they do the
We do the same thing for Cinco de Mayo.
I was gonna say, yeah.
That's real.
That's
a real
Ooh.
perspective.
The
Now,
White House is having a Juneteenth party. I repeat, the White House is having a Juneteenth
They're doing
party.
a concert.
They're throwing a
Serious?
whole
Somebody's doing a Juneteenth
With Lil
concert.
Baby.
Juneteenth festival.
This
Lil Baby gonna be
motherfucker
there?
is trying to get the black vote.
I swear, like yeah.
That's why I'm voting for Trump.
It's
Just
looking to
because.
be like one of the biggest events that the White House has publicly done.
So
You're
who,
so
so who are the
serious.
artists? Do you know who the
I
artists
have
are?
no idea.
Maya
The official
Angelou.
headline came out today,
They're gonna
but
have
best
Tupac's
believe
hologram.
it's about the White House about to be really black.
But look.
Oh,
If KRS-One don't co-sign it, ain't no good.
Ashley, you made a good point, right? Are y'all urbans? Are y'all too sensitive though?
Urbans.
Because to your point, right? Like on Cinco de Mayo, y'all drinking up all the tequila. Y'all know shit about what Cinco de Mayo mean, but y'all still drinking
Well,
up
my
all
big
the
homies
tequila.
are Dominican,
all
so
the Coronas.
I support my Dominican brothers and sisters.
I don't think that's what Cinco de Mayo
close
is.
enough.
Racist.
That is racist.
Wow, what is happening here?
Every episode we have to say the thoughts of Brimby are solely the thoughts of Brimby and not those of Three
not.
to Power.
reflect the thoughts and views of Three to Power.
So let me make sure I understand.
Wait,
Let me make sure I understand. You said that your Dominican, you support your Dominican homies
or Cinco de
big
Mayo.
by supporting Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah, they brought me some, like, my big homie what was at his house. He brought me some tacos. Like, I was like, oh, I get some tequila. Arriba!
Yeah,
Yeah,
y'all
like
be eating tacos and shit.
Wait a
I was
minute.
gonna get him a chihuahua or something.
That's not racist at all. That's just really thoughtful. That's actually a sweet gift.
He has a Frenchie.
So furthermore, on like what we can call the exploitation of Juneteenth, similar to Martin Luther King Day, right? There's the subsequent club flyers and party flyers that are coming. We all know they coming.
But
We all know they coming, right?
Take that ass for free.
I have a dream brunch. It was a I have a dream brunch.
But are y'all
years
not
ago at
going?
Park.
No.
Hell yeah, I was going.
y'all like who y'all
Yeah.
lying to?
I'm not going.
I'm definitely going.
You not going?
You're
He had a dream and I want to
I'm
drink.
not doing that.
And put a bus down, like, just
I'm
Yes.
not doing that. I'm not going to party and be ratchet for the sake of.
Of course you would.
That's no fun.
Bruh.
What did he march on Washington for?
Right. For y'all
Exactly.
rights.
For us to have our freedom
Look.
to pop this pussy for a real nigga. Yes.
Amen
I
to
have
that.
a dream. And
There's
a
a difference
vagina.
between looking for an excuse to do whatever you want to do.
I wanna do hood rat shit with my friends.
And doing this
And-
in honor of.
I think it's at least you partying with a purpose, right? Because you can party for free and party for no reason. So you might as well party for Juneteenth or for Dr. King.
Or just party on June 19th, and it's June 19th.
Well, that's true.
Party because it's June. You're not partying you're partying because you don't have.
Wait,
to
is it the 19th or the 14th?
You doing
The 19th? See, I don't even know. That's how
you
that's why I'm
doing
a
shit
half-breed.
that freed men and freed women had to do. Like, so y'all gonna cook out, you know what I'm saying? Y'all gonna eat y'all hog mogs. Y'all gonna eat y'all
I feel like our
chitlins.
ancestors
You know what
are
I'm
frowning
saying?
upon us right now.
Y'all gonna do all that.
So while I'm not comparing black culture to Mexican culture, I'm not going to compare the occurrence of June 19th to Cinco de Mayo. At the same time, people will be popping ass on June 19th the same way they were doing on Cinco de Mayo.
Absolutely.
You don't know why.
Right.
That's
right.
why it's a problem.
Right.
You just know you off work, you're going to throw something on the grill, you're going to pop some ass.
Exactly.
Cinco de Mayo is a
Popping
made-up
ass.
holiday.
It is.
I
It's
repeat,
an American
Cinco de
holiday.
Mayo is a fabricated, made-up holiday.
It's like Valentine's Day.
Kind of like fortune cookies.
So there's also
Those
one
aren't
thing
real?
that we kind
They're not real.
of one thing we kind of glanced over was there's obviously the elephant in the room. Obviously, I'm not gonna say obviously, but within this room, primarily, if not exclusively, African American. Right? You have Juneteenth, which is a new holiday. You have your coworkers who may not be of your ethnicity
of your
and may
culture.
not understand why this is important to you.
They taking a day off too.
Has anyone had any uncomfortable conversations or encounters with those around the holiday Juneteenth?
Yes. So and this is probably not the type of uncomfortable that you would think of. So last Juneteenth, I was in a nail salon getting my nails done. It was a little white girl and her mom.
Okay.
And the little girl was like, "Mommy, why don't we have to go to school today?" She was like, "Oh, it was Juneteenth. It was because this is the day that the slaves were really freed." And I was just like, "Shit, I didn't know this." Like,
Okay. News to
like
you.
it was like when she gave
That's not
gave
even
like a
accurate.
whole rundown or whatever she said. I was like, I believe it. She sounded so convicted. And I was just like, she just gave the whole rundown of the history of like why we're now celebrating Juneteenth.
Can you fact check us on what
turned to
Juneteenth
her and said,
Do you even
"Thank
know?
you so much, for like teaching your child about, black culture."
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, "Oh, I thought you were a Latina." No, I'm kidding. So she,
Juneteenth is when the last slaves found out that they were free. It had already been done, but it's the
that's when
day
they
that the last ones heard about
Yeah,
it.
they found out they
Yeah,
were
They
free.
declared it a holiday.
Lincoln
Yeah,
freed
she
the slaves,
really
right?
gave the whole rundown of it. It was a white woman.
Right? Lincoln did that,
So
right?
one could argue. So one could argue. One could
They
argue.
didn't have Twitter back then.
What's
so
more
it took
important,
some time.
that day or the actual day when the slaves were emancipated?
Technically speaking, it's like, oops, I fucked up type of day.
Yeah.
They was like, oops, we forgot to go down there and tell y'all niggas.
Right. That's real.
By the time they got their horse back,
They want to continue to
That
have
wasn't
free
a
labor.
Basically,
Right.
Yeah, it was
Right.
intentional.
That's what
So
that
the
was.
intention of it was that if Lincoln was going to pass the bill, with the House and the Senate split, it was still going to go down either way. But of course, just like anything now, big money rules the day. So the big money then was like, I'm not giving up my labor. So they basically like, all right, you can pass your law, but remember, these slaves don't read. They don't have communities to go to
Right.
outside of their plantation. So whatever they
Right.
hear comes from their master or the ruler of those
Right,
lands back
right.
then,
Right.
because a lot of them was farm landed and everything, and
that's a whole other story about.
And see, what, and see, and again, like what we like to do here, right? We like to entertain, we like to engage, and we definitely like to educate. Because, truth be told, there's a lot of people that either listen to this or don't listen to this that have no idea. Back to your point, why they're celebrating Juneteenth. All they know is that it's a day off. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I'm sure somebody's gonna hear this and they're gonna learn something that they didn't know before. Now, I don't know if that changes your feeling about it, because I mean, who's going to protest, right? So that's kind of the Earl's point, because me and Earl talk about this like off mic, right? We talk about like selective outrage in a sense. Yeah. On one hand, right, we'll sit amongst this community, right? We'll have our conversation, but we're not going to magnify that noise, right? But the minute someone disrespects it,
The minute the minute that someone diminishes it or minimizes it, it's going to be an uproar. It's going to be hell to pay for that.
Right.
You know, so we got to kind of determine what side of the fence that we sit on. But like you said, just even in this conversation, some people care, some people don't, some people are aware, some people are not. So
why you come over this side?
Well, you not.
I don't know what side. I was Euro stepping. Don't worry about that.
But you see how history essentially is repeating itself, right? Like even from now, when some people care, some people don't. Selective outrage, like Earl said, it's just like what happened back in the day when the message went out. When people were being told, some people didn't care. They didn't know anything else, so they just stayed where they were at.
Right.
Even after they were free. Right. So it's the same way.
So the Union troops had to literally go to Texas and tell them, hey, by the way, y'all free.
Yeah. So little known fact. I don't know where everybody's from, but I can speak about the region I'm from. The slavery from the technical sense is over. There are still areas within the rural deep south that still operate off of the slave ecosystem, if you will. Yeah. Because to your point, there are individuals who don't have any other choice. They grew up in this particular way, and those ways have carried on because they've never been given any other way to.
So you're saying they're like sharecroppers? They just
a new name,
exactly.
So I mean, you're talking about, and I mean, we can call them out, right? So you're talking about like areas in Mississippi. There's areas in Alabama because you got to think about
Town.
There was an area, in
right? For sure, this stuff still exists.
Yeah, it's still Sunset Town, and that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, sundown too.
Well, my father was directly my father's father's father was directly. He actually had land that was given to him when his slave master died, and unfortunately, when
where is this land?
This is in Portsmouth.
Portsmouth, okay,
yeah, this is in Portsmouth, Virginia.
And people forget Virginia, right?
There's Portsmouth, Virginia.
There's the
Urban's down there, boy.
This is a Portsmouth, Virginia, and he ended up because of some type of contract or paperwork, he ended up losing like 57 acres worth of land because he didn't have his paperwork in order.
On topic but slightly off, but I'm gonna jump off of that. Today, actually, the Supreme Court actually ruled against it's called it's rezoning, but they're calling it, I guess, redistricting. Yeah, I hope I'm saying that right. So in essence, what this means is that what the Republicans were trying to do, and they've been successful in Georgia in doing this. So what you do is you take a zone, a voting zone, and you rezone it to where the majority of the people in that area are either white or Republican
for your
support,
for your
right?
constituencies.
So they were trying to do this in Alabama, and thankfully the Supreme Court stepped in and said, well, no, based on the facts that we're being presented, they're seeing exactly what's happening. Hopefully this is the beginning of them looking at this across the board, because this has been happening. As you're watching, I mean, you know, if you're a nerd about these things, as you're watching these political maps fill out on election night, that's exactly what you're seeing, which is why they're able to say this is going to happen here. They know for a fact it's going to happen. Now you're sitting in your head saying, wait a minute, if there's 200,000 people there, how do you know before this thing even really kicks off what's going to happen here? This is a direct reflection of things like that. Topic for another day. As we're having this conversation, we collectively are the descendants of our progress. Our generation is probably the first generation across the board seeing money, having things. Intellect has gone up. We're educated. It's all different now.
Right.
But we still haven't seen the next step. What we've seen is there's more chains. There's more cars. There's more Instagram videos. But we haven't seen the next step, which is, well, what is our ecosystem going to look like? We talk about Tulsa, right? Anyone who's familiar with Tulsa and what they did out in Tulsa. We have the capabilities now. The question is, what are we going to do with it? What are we going to do about it? Well, and that's why Juneteenth, to me, is somewhat comical, right? Because it doesn't move the needle. It's just another thing to point at. It's cool to talk about, but to your point, it lacks a whole lot of substance, because what does it mean?
Yeah, but when we talk about an ecosystem, that really makes me think about something. The problem with the Black community is that we don't have the 4 pillars that are needed to honestly have our own private ecosystem. We don't have our own bank. We don't have in one region.
Mm-hmm.
If you go to any other, you have like Chinatown, like Annandale is a little Koreatown. And the things you need to have a true ecosystem is a bank,
Mm-hmm.
a school, a grocery store, a bank, a school, a grocery store, somebody
Hospital?
help me out.
Maybe like
a hospital.
A hospital. Yeah.
You have to have, and that's what you need to have. We don't have 4 of those in one space,
Right.
and that's when we have like all these little like, oh, we're gonna have a Black History Month. Now we're gonna give you Juneteenth. Now we're gonna give you a week where the police not gonna shoot you. Like,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Like, it's really just, but they're just really like codifying us, or not codifying. What's the word I'm looking for?
Appeasing.
Appeasing us.
Right,
yeah.
right.
You know, like just giving us like, oh, we'll just take this little scraps. Like take,
Right.
you know, like here's some hog mogs. Enjoy those. Like
Hold this federal holiday.
Exactly.
Graciously accept.
At a certain
Appreciate
point, it's like, all right, like I'll take the holiday, but it doesn't really mean anything to me.
Right.
So how do you change that? What are you going to do to make that different?
Talk my shit.
Yeah, so that's pretty much the question. So
Build a hospital.
Juneteenth,
That's a good idea.
is it meeting its intent? What does it really mean to us? And what can we do, if anything, to make it mean something? Right? I'm gonna end on this. I have tried my hardest as I'm sitting here to not address this because I'm a decent human being. And yet, as I scan the room, I keep coming back to this point right here.
Oh, God.
You and I have a very tenuous relationship. We cool.
It's a relationship?
We cool.
Contentious?
Wait, what's happening?
No, we cool.
Hey, word to Juneteenth, bro.
No. This is about to be because you come in here and we just had this conversation, and then you have the audacity to come and sit in front of me without your do-rag on, and we talked about this.
He don't get it.
No disrespect.
Please stop talking. I like his hair.
No, because I think he's sitting there mocking me, coming in with slave braids, and I don't.
Why did he say slave braid?
I think he's mocking my topic
He's
with
not.
Juneteenth because he has slave braids.
It's not
And I
slave
think-
braids. They're very stylish.
And I think he,
Slave braids, bro.
I think.
Let's end on a positive note.
No, I'm going to be honest with you. This is the only time I see him get out of character when you're here. I don't know what has happened between you two, but I want us to like come to a space of healing.
We got to end on a positive
Lee,
note.
I have never seen you act like this.
No, he knows he's my man.
We got to end on a positive note.
Why are you so mean to him?
He knows he's my man. I would
The
only
last time
do that if he was my
you
man.
were so hurtful.
No, I would only do that if he's my man.
Listen, Martin Luther King took us to the mountaintop.
Hey,
That's my man. What are y'all doing?
Get in here.
Anytime somebody's foot going like this, though, he about to trash you.
Hey, all
dog.
right. Hey, get us out of here. Get us out of here. Get us out of here.
Martin Luther King took us to the mountaintop. I just want to take us to the bank.
Hey,
Get us out of here.
one thing for sure.
2 things for certain.
3 to 5 way.
Oh,